In this example, I'm going to show you how, as an actor, I can walk, teleport, and even shoot back.
Huh? Hey, you!
So, in this CineGuru MAX tutorial, we're going to take a look at how you can set this up. So turn your actors back into enemies that can shoot on you when you're done with them. So let's go back into the editor and take a look at this simple scene. So we've got an actor, 2 marks, and a cine trigger zone. And we'll build this up from scratch. So let's delete all of that. So we'll start by adding our actor to the scene. So he's just a standard stock police officer, and we'll give him a unique name. We'll call him actor, and as with any other actor, we will change his behavior to CG_actor. Now we want to give him an action text. The action text we're going to give him at the moment is a blank action text. It's just called switchActor.text. So we'll just specify that, switchActor.text, and he's currently got his default voices, his default sound files.
Who's there? Enemy contact! Lost him.
But what we need to do is change that to the ones that we actually want. So I'm going to go to our CineGuru folder and I'm going to select our 3 sound files that we want.
In this example, I'm going to show you how, as an actor, I can walk,
And then I believe it's this one.
teleport,
And lastly, this one.
and even shoot back.
Okay, so we've now specified our 3 sound files. And we're also going to add in 2 actor marks. So 1, 2. And we're going to give those unique names. So the first one's going to be called Mark 1. And the one on the right is going to be called Mark 2. And we're also going to need a cine trigger zone to fire all this off, so let's drop one of those in. And we will link our cine trigger zone to our actor. So when the player enters this zone, it will trigger our actor to start performing. So now we want to start adding some instructions to our action text. And the first few are pretty standard ones that we've used many times before. So first off, we're going to specify an idle animation. So we'll say idle. The idle animation is called idle, and we will have it play back at 80% speed, 0.8. Then when the actor is activated, we want them to say their first line, so speak, whatever's in slot 0 at 100% volume, and then we want them to, there'll be a little bit delay while they speak, so that's probably about 3 or 4 seconds. Let's go 4 seconds. And then we want them to move to Mark 1. Then when they get to Mark 1, we want them to say their second line. So we want them to speak their whatever's in slot 1 at 100% volume. Again, we want a little delay before anything happens, so probably it's quite a short line. All he says is teleport, which I guess is probably about 1.5 seconds. Let's go for 1.7 seconds. Now we want him to not walk to Mark 2, but actually just appear there. So this is where we can use the teleport command. So we'll get him to teleport to Mark 2, and then we'll get him to speak whatever's in slot 2 at 100% volume. So let's just take a look at what we've created so far.
In this example, I'm going to show you how, as an actor, I can walk, teleport, and even shoot back.
Okay, so far so good. But what he's saying there is that when we're done with him, we can actually turn him back into an enemy. So how do you do this? This is perhaps the only time you'll actually need to go tinkering around with one of the scripts that actually come with CineGuru MAX. So what you need to do is navigate to cg_actor.lua and open it in Notepad++ or Notepad or whatever sort of text editing or text editor that you have. So this is the script that controls actors, and at the very top of the script we've got these lines up here, most of which are commented out, but these are just examples. if you want to switch your actor back to being an enemy, you need to add in a line here that says require, and then gives the path to a particular behavior. So it could say script bank, people, and I'm not really familiar with that many of the stock ones, but it doesn't have to be stock actually. It could be one that you've written yourself. You could say my behavior. So this is something that, let's say, you've written yourself. And provided that that is specified within the within cgactor.lua, when you use the switch command in your action text, you'll be able to switch the behavior of your actor to anything that's specified in this script. For the purposes of just this example, we're just going to stick with the stock script character attack. So you can see it's already been uncommented. We've got this line here, line 10, that says require, and then the path to the behavior, and then the name of the behavior, which is character underscore attack, which is a standard behavior that comes with it comes with CineGuru MAX. And in fact, if we were to drag out our police officer again, you can see that it is actually his default behavior, character attack. So I'm going to delete our policeman for now and just focus on our actor. When he gets to his second mark, he teleports in and he says his line. We probably want to add a little delay of 2 or 3 seconds, I would say. Let's say 2 seconds, or 2.5 seconds. There we go. Split the difference. And then we want him to switch, and we'll put a pipe character in there, and then we want him to switch to the behavior that we specified in cg_actor.lua, so character attack. So if I now save that, his behavior will change, but there are a couple of problems that we'll need to iron out. So let's take a look.
In this example, I'm going to show you how, as an actor, I can walk, teleport, and even shoot back. In this example, teleport, I'm going to show you how, as an actor, I can...
So, as you heard, he did switch his behavior, he did start shooting at us, but the sounds coming out of his mouth were not what you'd expect. He was basically repeating the lines that we'd given him to say. And the problem is, we've actually changed what's in his sound slots. Remember, we went through and we changed them to those lines that we'd created. So when we discovered this, we decided to add a new command to CineGuru MAX that allows you to change what's in these sound slots on the fly. So after he said his 3 lines of dialogue, we can really get rid of those and change back to what they should have been in the beginning. So if I just drag out a normal police officer, what we really want to do is get him to change from the lines that we specified back to the ones that he should have originally had. So this one, sort of enemies heard something, there's another one here, and then there's another one here. So in order to do that, we're going to use a command called sound. So before we get on to switching his script, I'm going to make a new line underneath our delay, and I'm going to type in our actor again, because this is a command specifically for them. And I'm going to type sound, and then I'm going to put in the slot that I want to change, which is slot 0. And then I need to specify a path to the audio file. So if I look at my original policeman, I can see that he originally came with a file called enemy heard something. So what I'm going to do is copy that here, and I just need to go through and tweak the file path and add in double slashes where it's just 1. So now, after a 2.5 second delay, the actor will change whatever's in slot 0 to this new sound that we've specified. But we also have other slots that we need to change. So again, I'm going to type in actor, sound 1, and I'm going to get him to change back to enemy sees player 1.wav. And again, we need to edit the file paths. And one last time to change the whatever's in slot 2 over to this enemy underscore lost_sight. And then we want him to change his script. So it's only once these sounds have been swapped back into their sound slots that we actually want him to attack us. And this will all happen in milliseconds, so it doesn't slow the actor down or anything. But if I just delete our original policeman, let's take a quick look at our actor. So we've obviously specified that he has these dialogue files that we put in ourselves. But what we're saying with these sound commands is that once he kind of gets to his second mark, after a 2.5 second delay, we want him to swap out whatever's in that slot for another sound file of our choosing. And it doesn't have to be the one that originally came with him. You could get him to say other dialogue. This is a really good way of, if you wanted one character to have more than 4 lines of dialogue, bearing in mind you've only got 4 slots with an actor, you could swap them out on the fly and you could have them say lots of things. But we're using it for the switch behavior. So now, with any luck, once he's performed his little bit to us, his sound files should change and he should say something a little bit more natural when he spots us as an enemy.
In this example, I'm going to show you how, as an actor, I can walk, teleport, and even shoot back.
Who's there? Enemy contact!
So pretty good so far, but in the next tutorial we're going to take a look at how you can tell your actors what they should do if the player decides to abort a cinematic halfway through.